Master Teppanyaki here again from Teppanyaki World. Welcome back to our how-to video series. For this particular video, what we're going to do is some Scotch fillet with garlic sauce. Now, it's just a garlic butter more than a sauce, but it's something that you always must have on your teppanyaki menu. Everybody loves it. So what I've done here is I've got some chopped up garlic. First of all, I'm going to put some butter on the tray. There we go, right on the plate there. There we go, and then put all our butter together. And just cook up that. We're going to use this shortly to cook our steak on. So it's looking really good there. I can start to smell that garlic. Beautiful. So what we need to do now is to collect the garlic together using our spatulas and then squeeze. So what we're doing here is we're squeezing out all that butter now, which has the flavour of the garlic. Move aside that garlic. So what we're left with now is a garlic flavoured butter. And we'll get our piece of Scotch fillet. Away we go. So we'll cook this up. We're normally just trying to cook it in about medium, so don't overcook your steak. So we'll let it go for a couple of minutes. We'll flip it over, and then what we're going to do is add the garlic back into it, and we'll chop it up into bite-sized pieces for our guests. So when you're going shopping here, go and talk to your butcher about getting some lean Scotch fillet. If you're cooking for plenty of guests, you can actually go and ask your butcher for actually a full piece of Scotch fillet, and you can cut it up yourself. The important part about doing your Scotch fillet is making sure you've got the right width. So what we've got here is probably 2 centimetres thick, so that's about the right thickness that we're going to need for cooking this the right way. So we're probably just about ready to turn it over, and if you can try and avoid getting too much fat within the meat, that would also be a good thing. So at the moment it's just cooked nicely on one side. Just keep your butter in there, make sure you've got that flavour going in. Now this is the time when you give it a little season. It's a little bit of a salt and pepper. Nice simple cooking it is. Now what we're going to do, bring in our garlic again. Shortly we'll bring it on and we'll just cut it through into serving size pieces, and it's all ready to go for people to eat. So when you're actually chopping out for your Scotch fillet, just make sure that you don't get too much. I know it's easy to think that everyone needs a full piece of steak, but quite often when you're doing your teppanyaki menu, you're including so many different proteins and vegetables, you don't want to overfeed everybody on one item. Alright, so hang on, we'll get the garlic back in there. And then what we're going to do is slice it through one way, and then we'll flip it around and go through the other way. Don't be afraid to use your knife on the plate while we've got sharpeners. And what we're going to do is turn it around, and we'll cut through again. Now some people will have a preference in wanting their steak cooked a bit more, so always check with your guests to see what it is that they like. But normally you'll cook it the way you know what's actually best. So when we now look at what our result is, we're just in medium territory there, which is just perfect. You don't want to overcook your steak, because when you go to the butcher you're getting quality meat, so you want to make sure that you don't ruin your meat by overcooking it. So serve it up. And then that's another item that we can cross off in our how-to video series. And that particular dish there, everyone, is something that you should always include.